Hi everyone, and as suspected, I'm gonna film right again my next declutter. I'm not sure how much I'm gonna declutter right now, but we're gonna look at my eyeshadow products. Most of them are in palettes or cream shadows, so I'm probably not going to be too much swatching, but we'll just see what happens. For starters, I'm going to go with my smaller palettes and individual single eyeshadows, and then we'll see about my bigger palettes. I'm going to start with a product I know I'm going to keep my Everyday Minerals eyeshadow in Fresh Glowing. This just was in my Petit War box, and I don't want to pass this along just now. I haven't even tried this yet. I'm going to keep that. Then I have the Essence Duo in all-time favorites. I'm super torn about this because it is very nice and easy to use. It's basically the brown shade is a all-over lid shade for me, and the lighter shade is a nice brow bone highlight. I have to think about this because part of me says, you can get rid of it because you have enough similar shades. Then again, it's such a nice, cute, small packaging, and the shades are just really great. I like the pigmentation on these, so I want to try them again and then make up my mind. Just threw my hair up real quick, but very, very randomly. Next up, I have, what do I want next? You know what, here, another product I'm going to keep is my Catrice Velvet Matte Eyeshadow in Vanilla Too Fair. If you've been watching me for longer, you know this is my go-to brow bone shade because it is light enough. It's very pigmented, and I'm not going to pass this along. I also have another Catrice eyeshadow right here. This is the Absolute Eye Color in New in Brown. This is a very light all-over shade. I'm going to keep this because this is one of those go-to shades that I probably can dupe or close enough to dupe with other palettes, eyeshadows and palettes that I have, but it's a Catrice eyeshadow. I used to live off of Catrice eyeshadows. These were, for the longest part, some of the only eyeshadows I had. I'm going to keep this one. Then I have the Catrice Liquid Metal Eyeshadow in Golden Roses. This is a rose gold shade. I like this a lot. There's a reason why I still have it. I'm going to keep this one. Let's continue on with the Catrice shadows to have them out of the way. I have the Catrice Absolute Eye Color in Plum Up the Jam. This is more cool tone than my usual go-to, but this is such a pretty color. I'm not going to pass this along. I'm going to keep this one, and the same goes for, I have a few more eyeshadows I need to pull soon. There's Catrice. I have the Catrice Absolute Eye Color in Hakuna Matata. This is one of their matte shades. This is a matte brown. I would say this is neither cool nor warm toned. This is very neutral. I want to play with this a bit more and then decide what I want to do. So I'm going to put this on my play with pile. And then I have two more Catrice eyeshadows right in here. And well, the first one is this bright teal blue shade. This is Patrol Shop Boys. This is a swatch. There you go. Sorry. This is very nice and pigmented, but I don't wear these shades anymore. I used to love minty aqua patrol shades. I don't wear them anymore. I'm torn. It's like my heart is like, oh, I don't want to pass this along because I love those shades, but I don't wear them. Gosh, what do I do? You know what? I'll try. I'll see if I can come up with a good wearable look with them. If not, they go. The same goes for this more minty shade here, also Catrice. This is my Mere Mint. I'm gonna keep them, try. If not, I'll pass them along. And then I have one Essence eyeshadow in here. I have the Metal Glam eyeshadow in Miss Tangerine. And this is it. I need to try this. I'm sorry. I used to really, really like Essence and Catrice eyeshadows, and now I'm like, you don't know what to do. I'll try this. I have this e.l.f. eyeshadow here. This is their, what are they called? They're the cream eyeshadows with the doe foot applicator. This is in the shade Rose Gold. I'm not going to pass this along because this is just a great shade. I like the way they perform. I need a primer, but I need a primer with everything, so this is not really saying much. I'm going to keep this one. Then I have the Stila Magnificent Metals Glitter and Glow Liquid Eyeshadow in the shade Molten Midnight. Now this is the black shade with the silver and gold reflex and shimmers in there, glitters. I have used this in the past as an eyeliner. I just pick it up with an eyeliner brush and then use it as an eyeliner. This is beautiful. I'm going to keep this. Part of me wants to get another one just to try and play. I might do that, to be honest. But yeah, this is awesome. This is a great shade. I want to keep it. And then I have two of the Ulta Beauty cream eyeshadows. I have the shade Moonstone right here. This is it. As you can see, I have used this. This is a nude with a little bit of a shimmer to it. It's not glittery, it's a shimmer, it's a sheen, and I like this. I'm going to keep it. The same goes for the one in Smoky Quartz. This is a nice all-over lid shade. I've used this quite a few times. This is a bronzy shade. I'm going to keep that. Then I have, go with this. I have the Wet n Wild Trio and Walking on Eggshells. I am really, really torn about this one because part of me wants to declutter it, part of me wants to keep it. I don't really reach for it, so oh god, this is so hard. Let me think about this. Then I have the, oops, pardon me. Then I have the e.l.f. Quad in Day to Night. I thought this was a fun idea, but I don't reach for it, like at all. So this goes by. Then I have the Ulta Complete Eye Quint in Soul. This is one of the eyeshadow palettes, I guess, I got when Mary sent me a little package with Ulta stuff when I was still living in Germany. This has mauvey nude purple shades. And I do like this quite a bit. I don't use it often enough anymore. I need to maybe pull this out again on purpose. But right now I'm also panning a palette, so I'm going to keep this because this is just fun to work with. And if I want to go someplace for just a weekend or so, I'll take this. The same goes for my Ulta, not Ulta, Alverde Quad in Cinnamon Nude. I love this guy. This is awesome. This has two baked eyeshadows, a powder which is supposed to be used as a brow powder. I never do this. I use this for my outer corner because it's matte, and then a shimmering highlight, which is a cream highlight. Love this. I'm going to keep it. I also have two melt stacks and a melt single, which I need to find the single, this one. So, my stacks here are, for one, the Love Stick stack. This is the one with, let me see if I can do this. Others always make this look so easy. And then there's me and I can't do it. So the Love Stick stack is this guy right here. It has a purple, a dark gray, a peachy shade, and a dark red shade. I really like this a lot. I'm gonna keep this. I need to pull these in more often because I don't wear them often enough. But yeah. Then my Melt Single is in Industrial. When I first purchased this stack here, they didn't have this stack. The stack that comes with Industrial, I keep forgetting what it's called. But they had the single, and this was the shade I wanted most, so I got it. And it doesn't pick up very well. Industrial is a cool toned, very, very shimmery, shiny brown. I'm pretty much in love with this. Let me see if I can get you a good swatch. These are super soft and super pigmented. And then I have the Rust stack. And this is it. This is very warm toned. I like this a lot. I have a dip in one of them already because I was klutzy, and I can't handle the magnetic part here. Not very good at it. But I make do, and I like these shades, so I'm going to continue having fun with them. I'm not going to pass those along. In fact, I want 2 more of their stacks, if not the one that has Industrial in it as well. I'm torn on that one because I have Industrial. I don't want 2 of them, but the stacks are the much better deal than the individuals. And that leads us to the palettes. My Z palette right here has 3 Catrice shadows and a Coastal Scents Hot Pot in here. One of them is loose. This is a Catrice. This is Captain of the Black Pearl or something like that. Did I keep it? Yeah, I kept it. Yeah, Captain of the Black Pearl. The orangey shade is called Doll-Eye Drama. And the green is Don't Touch My Maserati. This is a mossy shade. And then the brown shade right here, the Coastal Scents. I'm going to definitely get rid of the Captain of the Black Pearl. It's a black but with glitter particles in there. I don't use this. I need to think about the others. Probably gonna get rid of the the Doll-Eye Drama shade here as well. I don't have a mossy green shade like this, so I'm kind of torn about maybe keeping it. I'm gonna think about these 2 and decide later on. Hi. So, next up are my bigger palettes, and I don't even know where to begin. Let's start with the ones that are new. The e.l.f. Mad About Matte palette, I'm going to keep that one, for sure. Then I have my Wet n Wild Rosé in the Air palette. I'm going to keep that one as well. Like I said, they're new, so that's not even worth questioning. Palettes I'm going to keep for the time being is my Naked 1 and my Naked 2 because I am panning them. Once I've panned the shades I'm working on panning, they go. This one is close enough to being done. I have 1 shade left that I'm panning. I don't think there's a spoiler for the project pan. So for the time being this stays in. Then then I have some Sleek palettes. For starters, I have the Sleek Storm palette. This is it. This is close-ish to the Urban Decay Naked 1 palette. It has some colors in there too, in the this way up in the top row. I love the pigmentation, but I've had this for so long, I'm going to pass this along because I also have the Urban Decay palette. Although, I probably will miss it. And then I have the Sleek Sunset palette, which is this guy right here. This has also a row of neutrals up here, and then some more colorful shades down here. I'm going to pass it along. And I have the Sleep Paraguaya. This was the same as with the Our La Pêche blush. That's where this came from. The shades are awesome, but they're very orange, and I'm not using them, so bye. That was easy. 3 palettes gone, and then 2 more at the end of the year. Not that I don't have plenty of other palettes. Ooh. Then I have the Urban Decay Electric palette. I wanted to have this. I have it. I've used this a little bit. I'm trying not to blind you. I've used this a little bit. I'm going to keep it because I don't have... I've passed on so far of pretty much every single colorful shade. I'm fairly certain that I will probably pass along the teal shades from Catrice as well. I'm going to keep this one. I have the Urban Decay Smoked palette. This was the, in a way, the predecessor to the Naked Smoky. I like this one a lot better because while it has some smoky shades, it also has some colorful shades. This is it. I love this. I don't use it often enough, but I'm not going to pass this along. I have a thing for Urban Decay eyeshadows, which you will notice soon enough if you don't know yet. I also have the Urban Decay The Black palette. This came out with the Pirates of the Caribbean movies. These are 6, in essence, black shades with various sheens in them. So we have a matte black, we have a silver, we have a purple, down here we have a blue, then we have a golden in the middle, and a green on this side here, over where my thumb is. I do like these a lot. I'm going to keep them because it's very nice to actually darken up the outer corner for your liner and everything. I just like this, and I had to order this from France when I lived in Germany, so a lot was going on with this one. Then let's stick with Urban Decay while we're at it. I have the Urban Decay Naked on the Run palette. Now I have taken out the mascara, the eyeliner, and also the lip gloss. I still have the lip gloss. I probably used up the eyeliner, maybe not. And then I have this palette right here. I'm also not going to pass this along because while I'm not sure about the blush, like with the Naked Flushed palette I have in Native, this blush might be too pink toned for me, but I'm going to try it. And I like all the other shades in here. So this stays. Although this is super bulky packaging, honestly, for this top part. But we're going to go with it. I might always just throw in a mascara and an eyeliner and something and use this for traveling. Which, again, this is bulky, but still, you get the drift. Let's stick with Urban Decay. I have the Naked 3 palette. Also not going to pass this along because it is nice and I have not played nearly enough with it. Then I have the Nocturnal Shadow Box. I saw this in store, fell in love with it, had to have it. I've played with it, but again, not enough. So I'm going to keep this in part also, again, because I do love Urban Decay eyeshadows. Yeah. So let's continue on with the palettes I have. I have one last Urban Decay palette. The Vice, I think 3 palette is what I have. This is a very, very shiny packaging. I like this a lot. These are the shades that I have in mind. It's gorgeous. It's not something I use on a daily basis. But I'm not going to pass this along again because I love Urban Decay, and yeah. So, and I keep this in this cute little, like, makeup, I guess, bag. Then we're gonna come to some smaller products. I have this guy right here. This is an e.l.f. quad in Butternut. I've panned one shade right here, the lightest, and then the others. I was debating on panning them, but I'm just gonna pass this along. This is old, like I said. Anyway, yeah, I'm passing this along. I've had this for a long, long time, and I think it's time to say goodbye. Next up, we have another trash. Okay. We have another e.l.f. palette. We have the Comfort Zone palette right here. This is it. I do like this a lot. As you can see, I haven't done too much with it yet. These are super pigmented in my opinion. Like, I don't have any issues getting the color to show up on my eyelids, so I don't need a ton. But I'm going to keep this because it is nice, and I want to compare this to the new Comfort Zone palette once I finally find it. I've tried quite a bit so far without any success, so I keep this. Then I have a Tarte Rainforest of the Sea Volume 2 palette. This is it. Now, for some reason, this shade right here, Conch, has the oddest texture for me. I don't know if you can see this. It's super soft, but kind of creamy. I don't know what's wrong with this, but it is what it is. I would use most of these shades except for these two right here. These are too cool toned. They don't look nice on me. The other shades I do like, and I can't see myself panning this in the future, so I'm going to keep this. Too Faced. I have 3 Too Faced palettes, and the first one I got was this one here, the Too Faced Natural Matte palette. I got this because we did a collab with quite a few other YouTubers where the idea was to pan things that remind us of sweets. I got this palette to get chocolate cookie. I still stand by my purchase for this one specifically for this product pan, which cracked quite a few of the other ladies up, but I had a gift certificate. I wanted to use it anyway, so hey, why not go with this palette here? It's super nice, it's super neutral, it is matte. Not going to pass this along. After this, I got the Peanut Butter and Jelly palette because I love peanut butter and peanut butter. I like this a lot. I've gotten more use out of this one, I think, than I have out of the other because I was so obsessed with the peanut butter scent. I'm not going to pass this along either. And then they had the peanut butter and honey palette, which I just had to get. First off, oh my god, this packaging is just too cute. I mean, the same goes for the Natural Matte palette, but this packaging is just way too cute. And these shades are also very, very nice. I like that finally I have 3 shades right here that I can make work as an all-over lid shade, but also as a brow bone shade. If I'm careful with Queen Bee, right, not with Bee Sweet, pardon me, this pinky shade here. It's fun to work with, and it's something a little bit different. So, to stick with Too Faced, I also have the Sweet Peach palette. I never got the Chocolate Bar palettes, although I'm very, very tempted. But, as long as I have the Naked 1 and the Naked 2, there's no reason why I would buy a Chocolate Bar palette. Sweet Peach, however, I just could not resist. And I do like this quite a bit. Maybe you can see the use I have in here, maybe not. I'm very careful. But I think I've used every single one of these shades. So this is fun to use, and I'm not going to pass this along either. Then I have the Tarte Sex Kitten palette. I got this after the other one, but let's go with Sex Kitten first. I have the which one did they do? Did they redo? Was it the Man-Eater one? One of them they have now a volume 2 out for some reason, which basically what they did was they cut the highlighter here in half and instead traded it in for another shade, which I don't need. I like the highlighter shade being that big because that's usually the first thing that goes. So this is the Sex Kitten palette. This is more cool toned, but still doable on my skin tone. I like this a lot. And as you can maybe see, I have worn down most of the Tarte imprint here. Except for in the darkest shades, but then again, darkest shades I don't use as much of. I got the Man Eater palette, however, first because I saw pardon me, I saw Young, Wild, and Polish Nicole play with this, totally rave about it. I never had any Tarte eyeshadows, so this one was my first dabble into Tarte eyeshadows, and I like these a lot. I have the most used in Foxy and Passion and Meow. These are good, easy take with me palettes. So what I did with those two is I took them to the gym before I was pregnant. I took them to the gym with me, and before work, did my workout, and then got ready right then and there. And I brought one of these palettes, or I brought one of the smaller Too Faced palettes. And then I have 3 more palette-ish type products. I have the It Cosmetics Naturally Pretty Volume 1 palette. And this is it. I do like this a lot. This is gorgeous, and I like the shades, the variety here. I'm not going to pass this along, also because this was a Christmas present from a good friend. And I have the Ulta and Jenny Fox Miss Fabulous palette. This, if you remember me hauling this, was kind of a surprise purchase. Apparently they've had this for quite a while. My Ulta had these then on sale, and then it was Ulta products buy 2 get 1, or buy 1 get 1 50% off, or something like that. So I got this for super cheap. I do like this a lot because it's all warm tones and it's fun to use. It's easy to use, and I like the pigmentation of these. And last but not least, I have the ColourPop Never Not Chilling Super Shock Shadow Collection. This is it. I love the packaging. How gorgeous is not necessarily a palette, really, because they're single shadows, but they were my first foray into ColourPop eyeshadows, and this is them. So we have a nude shade, we have a bronzy shade, we have a lighter matte brown shade, we have a darker matte brown shade, and we have a burgundy shade, and also a teal. Now, I don't know if these show up as well, but let me take them out and show you. So, this one here is the tealy shade. This is in the shade Patchwork. Which, gosh, that is gorgeous. So, my issue with these is that I tend to forget to take them out. I should probably put them out of this packaging, because you have to get them out of the packaging to open them up, and then I put them back in because that's where I store them. Maybe I should just take them out, and this is the pinky purple burgundy shade, reddish burgundy shade. Maybe I should really just say, you know what, let me take these out. And you know what? I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take them out and maybe that way get more use out of them. Because they're gorgeous shades. I do close them properly. And I've been keeping them in packaging because I think this whole record type packaging is super cute, but I don't reach for them if they're in there. I just won't. It's bulky, it's a ton of extra storage, and as cute as it is, if they were like this, I think I have a better chance at reaching for them, especially because these Super Shock shadows they tend to dry out, which you probably know by now, but yeah, if I don't use them, they will dry out without me using them, which would be very, very stupid. So, out they come. So, with that, I'll probably finish the decluttering for the day. I still have my lip products, my eyeliners, as well. But yeah, I have like 2 or 3 more decluttering videos coming up. I will probably film them next weekend. And no. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Let me know that you like them. And if you haven't subscribed yet and would like to see more decluttering, more project planning, and the likes, subscribe down below. And I will see you guys soon. Bye!